artist. And that's the thing I love, seeing people share their gifts and to hear her testimony because we're friends. So to know her testimony about her mother, her story as a mom. And so she's going to share some poetry later on when we do the open mic, but then you'll be able to also to patronize her business as well. Okay, so here we go. This poem I wrote, it is called Voice Box Phoenix. And I'm sorry, I usually don't read off of my phone, but I was going to try to be hip and be current. I didn't memorize this one. It is called Voice Box Phoenix. Real quick, if you know what a phoenix bird is, can you raise your hand? Real quick, who can tell us? Toya, can you tell us what is a phoenix?
That rises out of the ashes.
Come on.
Been transformed into something anew.
Yes, and it's well known, right, in Greek mythology, right? It's this idea. So there was a season of my life when I didn't even want to hear myself sing. I didn't want to hear myself talk, and in a season of depression, and I wouldn't write, I wouldn't sing. I stopped it all, Brother Moses. And so this poem is the latter, me coming up out of that mentality and that mindset, and I had to regain my voice. Here we go, Voice Box Phoenix, and hopefully I inspire the other poets and artists that are going to come up. Voice Box Phoenix. Her voice is like a spiritual womb that births power, strength, and victory. A silent thought kills spirit, and vocal insecurities have come to their demise. The time of death called. The day she finally decided to speak up against the noise of whispering, gossiping, murmuring, naysaying, and spreading lies. They keep talking, trying to bury her with the venom of their tongues. Yes, the flesh died, but that spirit is alive, resurrected from the ashes of defeat, despair, hurt, and other people's opinions. Out of these ashes, she does arise with crimson blood on the tips of her vocal wings. Yes, they still possess the strength to flutter. Her words will set souls to sail. Her sounds will stir the dust of the earth. Her cries will penetrate the mountains of opposition. Reborn, regenerated, reinvented, recreated. Her strength dwells in the power of her own words as her life resounds the resilient proclamation, my words have power. For Yah told her so. The fire has made her stronger. Her soul is unscathed. Her purpose is divine, most high. The voice box Phoenix, when she utters, who utters words that will always, always, always choose to live and never choose to die. Voice box Phoenix. All right, so I have a book of poetry that will be coming out. I'm still working on it. I always want to make sure that I connect with the right people to be able to share my poetry, to share what God has given to me, to share the word on the inside of me. And you know, I was thinking, Donna and Danya, I said, I don't want to say too much about Jesus and the Lord. But you know what? I said, I got to be who I am. And so I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's my motivation. Whatever your motivation is, that's your business. We live in America. You have the right to believe what you want to believe. I do the disclaimer that I believe that Jesus is my Savior and my Lord, and I promote that, and I respect everybody's beliefs. But for me, when I talk about my words have power, I think about that scripture in the Bible that tells us that our tongues have both the power of life and death in it, and words do have power. So remember that as you share and as you write, and in any medium of being creative and being an artist. Okay, so we're going to move forward. Are you ready, son? Because we don't have a number one, so I have to move you up. So we only have, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 people so far that are listed on the open mic. Hey, my friend, Prolly. Hey, can I put you on here?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to put you on here. And so you'll end up moving up. So Xander will be, you okay with being number 1? My son will be number 1. Matt, you'll be 2. Let's see, Poetic Healing, who you just met, she's number 3. Poetic Movement, who is Krista Shaw, right there. Am I waving at the right person? Krista? No, Krista Shaw? Okay. Am I saying this name right? Poetic Movement? Okay. And then we have Shadonna Bryant. Okay. Now, sis, you look like a creative. You look like you're a poet. My friend right here with the glasses. You don't write? Okay, I thought you did. You look like a writer. Okay, awesome. Maybe that's prophetic. I don't know. Okay, and so maybe we'll find Krista Shaw, and then last we'll have coming up is probably the highest, and that will be our first round, and then we'll do some things in between, and then we'll go into our second round. But right now, so I got to tell you about my son. Now, I put him as number 3, so don't think I just put him as number 1 because he's my baby. But he is a 15-year-old going into his sophomore year. He's at Arlington High School. Y'all, come on, give him a hand. He's a young man. Come on, because we know we got so many of our young people. Come on, they're not doing positive things. So when we see Gen Z doing positive things, we need to celebrate it and celebrate them. But he is a member of Kids Acting with a Purpose. He's a mentee for the Omega Stars mentee program under Omega Psi Phi fraternity. And he is, oh my gosh, you're a member of what? Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I'm proud of him. I'm his mama. I love him. And he's going to share some original poetry. And real quick, last week he had the opportunity to share his poem. He was invited by attorney Bobby Edmonds and the mayor of Forest Hill. He was invited to share an original poem that he wrote. He's going to tell you the title and do all the rest. Okay, y'all give it up for Xander Day.
She's kind of short, you know, I have to lift the mic up a little bit. The name of my poem is called The Reason. Close your eyes, bow your head, take a pause. When I'm walking down the street, I get eyes on me like I'm a lost cause. Like I'm wearing identity like it's a mask. I was gifted with a task to love like the dove from above. But where's my love? Doesn't it come from the heart? My heart that has turned stone cold. When kids my age are bold, they don't even get to turn old. In the streets where their ends may meet, that's where I learned who I wanted to be. I met some guys who looked like me. They had no fathers like me and had no money like me. They move like me, they walk like me, they talk like me. They are who I wanted to be. I looked at them like they were my brothers from another mother. They were my blood, and just like me, they still search for love. Because roses are red and violets are blue. And sometimes this gang life, man, it chooses you. When you come from broken homes filled with broken dreams, you chase after fake love because it appears to be the real thing. I wasn't born a gangster, a slinger, or a banger. I was born a kid whose first words were mama and dada. But society let me down and let me fall under the radar. And now it's feeling the weight of my anger. Teachers can't reach me, and preachers can't teach me. Society, family, and loved ones have failed me. Thank you.
All right, I was trying to ask him if he explained the poem. Did you tell them the title of your poem?
Yes, the title of it was The Reason.
Okay, The Reason. And so what had happened, it was a rally for education. I don't know if y'all know of the legendary attorney Bobby Edmonds. She's also an associate judge for the city of Forest Hill. But every summer she does a rally for education. Come on, y'all know how important education is for our children, for them to be educated. So she does this program, and I have known Miss Edmonds for, oh my gosh, over 25 years, because when I was a teenager, I was blessed to receive a scholarship from her and continued this relationship, and now she's a blessing to my son. And so he submitted this poem. Yes, he submitted this poem for their literary competition, and he did win 3rd place for that poem. But the topic he had to choose from, or that he chose rather, is why do kids join gangs? Why do kids join gangs? So you always, sometimes you have to share with people and tell them why you wrote a piece for them to be able to understand it and internalize it, okay? Y'all good? Yeah. Y'all good? We got the lights turned down. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I see a beautiful queen who walked in here, Jazzy. I want to shout you out. Can you wave your hand? Wave your hand, wave your hand. She's beautiful. She is a model, and she's also an entrepreneur and a business owner, a fashionista. And so I'm glad to see friends come in. And then she brought her sister. Now, what's your sister's name? Valerie. Okay, I just met Miss Valerie. She came in. I'm so glad you're here. Brother, say your name again. Anayo, and I met him a couple of weeks back. Anayo is here, and I'm hoping some other people are going to come on in. Probably came in. Okay, so this is good. This is good. But we're going to give her a chance to do some open mic maybe later, where she can just maybe share about her business as well. Okay, so we have an interesting man. He's just a whole presence. He's a whole experience. Yes, I'm talking about I'm talking about you. He's a visionary. I think he's also a businessman. He's a great storyteller. Very funny, has a wonderful sense of humor, and he's so humble. I see you looking around the room, sir. He's looking like, who y'all talking about? Mr. Matt Sachs. Come on up here, somebody. He's very funny. Y'all give it up for Matt Sachs. Come on, man. Y'all be prepared to laugh now.
Around. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, 720X. Let's see. I had some people have asked me some pretty stupid questions lately. And some of the questions they've asked me has to do with like who would I vote for? And what do I like politically? And so I figured out it's real simple. I don't tell people what brand of toilet paper I buy, and I don't tell people how I use it. So that's what I say when people ask me anything, any kind of questions like that, that's my answer. And then they look at me like, okay. And then they walk away. And that's great for me because then I can go do what I want to do, which is all sorts of crazy things. And let's see. I'm trying to think what I did today. What did I do today? I don't remember. Well, I know Friday I got a whole new set of tires for my truck. And I got the oil changed in the truck. And I bought some stuff today to put in the oil. It's real thick, and it'll take care of the engine because it's, the engine's real old. What's this guy on this thing? This little.
You talking about the tablet?
This little screen here.
Yeah.
What is that?
They focus.
And there's some guy there. Oh well.
I think they're going live, Matt. They're going live.
Well, it don't matter. Anyway, let's see. So I found out all these kind of things today. And one of the things I found out today is that if I'm able to walk down the street and find something on the ground and pick it up and bring it home, I can make a piece of art out of it. And I do that all the time. And that's what I do. Let's see. Some friends of mine and I, we run an art gallery out of my house. It's called the Grackle Art Gallery. And so we have fun doing that. We're a local nonprofit. We show any kind of art as long as it's not Barbie dolls or bluebonnet paintings. That's about the only two things we don't allow. Anything else is perfectly fine. So we have fun doing that. And I enjoy it. And so that's what we do. And if anybody in here makes visual art and maybe wants to show some work at the art gallery, come talk to me and we'll hook you up. All right? Okay, we good.
Keep rolling, tailpipe dragging, beat don't work, and my girl keeps dragging. 6-9 do it, dudes keep rolling. One hubcap does 3 got stolen. Purple should lose, chrome keeps scraping. Mismatched tires and my white wall flaking. Hit Mickey D's, my Harati starts to bug. The 84 around the
Who is it? That's not Run DMC.
That's Quest. They got.
Who is that?
Who is that? Anybody know?
Do y'all think y'all know who that was? Just right there, play a little bit,
There you
like
go.
5 seconds. Who did you say?
That's Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I'm so accustomed to Baby Got Back.
Yeah.
I've never heard him on anything else. I didn't know he had another song. I'm sorry. Okay, Sir Mix-a-Lot. Okay, wow. And he's from the Bay, right?
He is. is.
He is from the Bay. I do know that much. He's from the Bay. Okay, awesome. Okay, Sir Mix-a-Lot, that's old school. Real quick, and I'm sorry, charge it to my head and not my heart. This is my first time hosting this open mic, and again, I'm excited for the opportunity. I need to shout out DJ 720X.
Hey.
So y'all give a round of applause for him. Matt knew, he jumped ahead of me. That's good, Matt. Thank you, because you made me remember. And then y'all can support him and show him love as well. Do you also book for like other events? Let me get this off of here. Do you book? Come on, tell us about what you do in the community. He's okay.
Yeah, we
Excuse
prepared.
me, he prepared.
Yeah, so what if y'all want to come talk to me afterwards? We do a little bit of everything. I have a free university that I teach. I have about 6 students. We teach everything for free. Eli, sitting back, Matt. So it's a couple of other people's out. So I'm always here. I'm open for anything. So y'all need to get something together for yourself. Come let me know and I can help.
And he is, come on, he is a multi-talented artist as well. And you want to say about his Cash App?
Fast Food Diaries.
Yes,
They're on YouTube.
right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these some of the actors. So he also mentioned the Fast Food Diaries real quick. It's just reenactments from real stories that happen in fast food.
Mhm.
So all we did is take the real stories, change the names, and we have people reenacting the stories from the book. So instead of putting the book out first, we chose to put the YouTube channel out first. So matter of fact, the first thing that Matt ever acted in, he did so well, we had to stop filming because he had the customers mad, wanting to beat him up. Yeah. Real story.
Wow. When you say fast food, I start thinking about this scene from, I don't know which film it was. I know it was a Medea. It was a Tyler Perry movie. And it was a scene where, was it Tiana Taylor was in the drive-thru? Y'all don't remember that? And she was talking noise to Medea. And
Medea drive through the window.
yes, Medea chose to drive through the window. I think because the girl was talking noise and she wasn't fixing Medea's order correctly. So it's funny stories.
It's everything. It's everything. Because you working in, everybody that works at a job that deals with public, you never know what you're gonna get day to day,
Yeah.
right? So especially fast food, you might have 100, 150 people that you deal with on one shift. So that's a lot of stories. So we got stories from fights, you name it, Karens. We do Karens of the week on our live stream every Thursday. So
Wow.
yeah. So,
Karens of the week. Yes.
and also too, we don't just stop there. We talk about the correlation between slavery and fast food. So the industry itself uses slave labor now. So we go and buy these things at a cheaper rate. So we actually bring the facts of how you get the cheaper burgers because they have slaves in prison doing the work. So you can get a cheaper something like a burger.
Wow. And I started thinking when you said that, I started thinking about COVID and how a lot of our fast food workers were almost like our heroes in a way because sometimes that was the only place where you could actually go and get something to eat. So again, he's a multi-talented man as I've come to know him better. Not only is he a DJ, but also being a writer. And I think you also do performance as well. Sometimes. So if you guys want to support him, he has his Cash App here. He's saying you can link with him in between when we take our break or link with him as well afterwards after the open mic event. Okay, so we're going to keep on moving. I'm missing Poetic Healing, but we're going to keep on moving. Hopefully she'll come back in the room. Krista Shaw is not in the room. Krista, going once, going twice, and we're going to keep on moving. Okay, so we have another great poet, I believe, that's going to come up and share. I met her and her beautiful mother, Donna, and her name is Shadonna Bryan. I believe she's going to come up and share. And so, Donna, this is your moment to shine and share what God gave to you. Y'all give it up for Shadonna.
Okay, bear with me. This is my first time ever sharing anything that I've written. But the poem that I am going to share today is called Blurred Lines. It's about boundaries or the lack thereof. And I wrote this probably late last year, early this year, kind of in the funk, in the mood. But here goes something. Why are my lines always so blurred? Like distorted fragments of a path discovered too late, crumbling in my hands like dried bread left to decay in the scorching sun. Why are my lines so blurred? The repeated tiptoe around, better yet, through this thing called destiny, touching so much to feel so much, still blinded by the dust that is yet to settle. Why are my lines so blurred? Breathe, Shadana, breathe. Breathe, Shadana, breathe. Why are my lines so effing blurred? Suffocated by suppressed black stones and dark black spaces, forced to carry a load that should have never been placed on his bruised soul, and yet I smile. Smile, Shadana, smile. Why are my lines so blurred? Tight lips, stiff hips, with pierced legs to go with that bumpy ride. I really should have learned how to drive. The lines, Jesus, the lines. Whew, I can't breathe. Tight lips. These tight lips spill words. These tight lips once sang woes on clogged ears. These tight lips. No fable, no purgated tales to buckle the perverted lines on which I kneel to see. These lines. These lines, they offer no protection. There's no sanctuary over here. Cut short and stuffed full, yet these lines seem somehow to remain blurred.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. All over dark clouds
Okay, so I'm just looking at my list. I had to rearrange some things because we did have Krista Shaw, still haven't found her. Poetic Healing came back in the room, so I'll call you in just a moment. And then after that, we'll have Probably the Highest, and I believe Donna Craddock, she's also going to share a reading as well. But I do want to sing a little bit and share a song of encouragement with you. The song is He's Able. Do y'all know that song? I'm ready. Do y'all know this song? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 exceedingly, abundantly, above all you can ask or think, according to the power that lies in you, that lies in you. Oh, God is able to do just what He said, just what He said He would do. Oh, never fail, every promise to you. Don't give up on God, 'cause He won't give up on you, Moses. Yeah, 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 yeah. My God is able. God is able. Just what He said, just what He said He would do. Gonna fulfill every promise to you. Don't give up on God, 'cause He won't give up on you. God is able. He is so able. My God, yes, He is. I know He is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, if you do believe that He's able, if you believe that He's able to heal and to restore, come on, I see you, Jazzy. If you know that He's capable, and I know that He's a God who's able to restore things and to move things around. Thank you, Father God. And I don't know what it took for you to come tonight. Some of us came because we needed to get out of the house so we wouldn't be depressed. but we want to know and we need to know that he's able. Say, my God is able. My God is able. Yes. My God is so able. He's able, able to heal, able to restore, able to deliver. My God, my God, my God is able. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, my God is a redeemer, a miracle worker, promise keeper. Oh, he's my wheel in the middle of the wheel. My pride is on the cross. Thank you, Lord, that you're so able. You're so capable in you. There's no failure. My God, my God. Oh, yes, oh, yes. So don't give up on God, 'cause he won't give up on you. Don't give up on God, 'cause he won't give up on you. Yeah. Don't give up on my God, because he never fails. Don't give up on my God. He won't fail. He's not capable of failing. My God is able to do. My God is able to do just what you need him to do. God is able. Thank you, Lord. I'm so glad that he's able. I'm so glad that God is capable. Come on. I'm so glad that he never fails. I'm so glad that he's never failed me. He's never failed me. He's never failed me. He's never failed me. I'm so grateful for that. Okay, I'm going to try to rewind back. Now, I'm going to say this. I got to do a disclaimer. This is not to offend anybody. I can't manage your time, and y'all have to be mindful of your time. You are doing great. If you have those 3 minutes and you have a piece, I think like his piece was 1 minute and 44 seconds, and you're able to fit 2 pieces in there real quick, and it's within that 3 minutes, you are great and able to do that, okay? I want to go ahead and call our next artist up. I'm going to backtrack because, again, we didn't have Krista Shaw. We just heard from Shadonna Bryan. Y'all give a hand for her, Shadonna. And I think that's a really big deal. You said this is your first time?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you write often? Do you write a lot?
Yes.
You do? Awesome. Have you ever, are you kind of foreseeing writing or publishing a book?
Yeah. One day, hopefully, if I can gather all of my poetry together.
Yeah, we call it like compiling
Yes.
and being able to gather it all together. Yeah. Again, we were talking about not burying what God has put on the inside of you. And you don't have to be carbon copy of anybody else. Whatever words he's given to you, those are your signature words, divinely given unto you. Okay, so we have with us Marana Bradford. She shared with us earlier about her some of her merchandise that she has there. She's going to come up and she is going to share some original poetry with us tonight. She is also known as Poetic Healing, and then she's going to have a few seconds to be able to also tell us about her book again and say the title. But this is Poetic Healing. Come on up, Marana. Y'all give a hand for Poetic Healing.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this evening?
Doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I'm doing pretty good. I just had to muster up the energy to come here tonight because I've been taking hit after hit, but I can actually say poetry is my therapy. It is my peace. Like, this is like what I do. And I just want to share some of my inner thoughts with you guys. So this piece that I wrote, it's called A Rose is Still a Rose. And it goes a little something like this. A rose is still a rose, whether it's blooming or it's in a growing stage. We all have to grow at our own pace. A rose is still a rose, regardless if you get picked. Sometimes in life, you're liable to get broken or pricked. But the key is to never give in or give up. A rose is still a rose, no matter the weather. Sometimes you get a full bloom. Sometimes your growth gets stunted, where there can't be no show. A rose is still a rose, whether you cry hurtful tears. A rose is still a rose, whether or not you conquer or defeat your fears. A rose is still a rose without direction or character. A rose is still a rose, even if it needs water or break due to a fracture. A rose is still a rose, it needs God to bloom. A rose is still a rose when it has no sunlight to grow. A rose is still a rose when you cry tears with your eyes closed. Search into your soul, feel your pain, know who you are and whose you are. Challenge yourself to grow. Remember, a rose is still a rose. Even when the rain and the storms come, we can break through the soil and the cracks and stand through the concrete. Put your feet on solid ground. A rose is still a rose, growing through possibilities, purpose with preservation and pause. Transition requires courage to grow through it all. Don't apologize for your journey or despise a small beginning, because a rose is still a rose, in or out of season. Thank you.
You want to tell us the name of your book again? Tell us the name.
Yes, I have a book. It's called Girl Get Up Now Anthology. And what I gotta say is it was written about my mom. My mom passed away 4 years ago. Come this October. My mom had a stroke and aneurysm at the young age of 35. So for 20 years, I had to stop my life and help take care of my mom. I'm the oldest of 5 siblings. And so therefore, everything fell on me. So, but I just thank God that I was able to do what I had to do for my mom. I was able to help her in her time of need, because it's one thing to not be able to do what you're supposed to do for your loved ones. And it's another thing when they casket closed and you can't say, I'm sorry, well, I do apologize. So even though I did it at a young age, I'm just thanking God for the glory to be able to be the voice for my mom, even though she couldn't tell her story. The story of rape, the story of molestation, the story of domestic violence, the story of many women that have different faces like mine today. You know, I just want to just thank God for it. And I gotta say, hey, y'all can get a copy of the book if you're more interested. Thank you, Patrice. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
And the copy is $25 with the autograph copy. Without an autograph, it is $20. And thank you.
Y'all know there was Aretha Franklin who and I think Lauryn Hill, they collaborate. I think Lauryn Hill actually wrote that song, and then Aretha Franklin recorded it. But I love that. It also makes me think about Tupac's poem, right? The rose that grew, right, from the crack. That's a powerful, from the concrete. Who said it? Thank you, Danya. You know, look, that's a powerful poem. Okay, y'all give it up again for Poetic Healing. Give it up again for her. Woo! Now, real quick, and then we're gonna keep moving along, and we'll take a break in a few minutes. My son gonna come fix that for me. Thank you. So I want to bring her up real quick, and then we're gonna have our last two on the open mic. But I want to bring up Yasmina. She is Yasmina. You are Afro-Latina, and you're from, I can't remember. Panama. Okay, come on up. Mi hermana es Afro-Latina. And sometimes when I want to try, this is estoy hablando en español con ella a little bit, right? She's a beautiful lady. Y'all give it up for Yasmina. She's going to tell you a little bit and give a little word of encouragement, okay? Here you go, Lord. Here you go.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for having me. Well, my name is Yasmina. She stated I'm from Panama. I'm Panamanian. I was born there, and my parents are from there as well. I've been working on opening up my boutique soon. It's called Casa de Virtuosity. And it's basically, I love fashion. I love everything about fashion. Growing up, my mom was, she was a seamstress. So all of my clothes was mainly like made and created from my mom's mind. So I've always dressed differently. And so I've always embraced that and celebrated that. I've been praying and praying, Lord, I know I have a purpose in life. Everywhere I go, I do encourage people, uplift people, empower people. Just, I know it's not my presence, but I draw in a lot of people. So during that time, I'm able to encourage them and love on them. And I try to keep positive, even though I have my own struggles. My mom passed away about 3 years ago, so my life has totally changed. So through that, I'm pushing through, trying to open up my boutique. Very soon it's coming up. Again, you can follow me on Casa de Virtuosity on Facebook. I have a page, but it's not all the way active yet until I go totally officially open. But my life is really about helping and supporting other people. So it's hard for me to switch over to doing for me because I'm so giving and caring, and I'm always running here. I'm supporting this boutique, that boutique, even though I have my own boutique. But I just love supporting people because we all need each other. And that's why I'm here today, to support all of you that's doing your poetry and spoken word and all that good stuff, because we need one another. So thank you, Patrice, for this opportunity. I just want you guys to know that God is with you.
Yes.
No matter what we go through in life, we're not alone, even though we might feel alone, but everything has a purpose. God is always speaking. You just have to open up your mind and receive it. It can be a sign on a door or someone just saying a word of encouragement. So through my struggle, I still try to make sure that I'm available to pour into other people. And while I'm doing that, it's strengthening me and encouraging me. So we really need to focus on being there for one another and uplifting one another, praying for one another. Life is not easy, but we can still be strong and stand strong and knowing that God is with us. So thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Y'all give another hand for Yasmina. I also know her as Jazzy Smile. And I'm trying to recall, I don't even recall how we actually met. I think we were at some event and we complimented each other on our look, and that's how we connected. And then I found out that she knows a family from a church that my mom was the minister of music at. My mom passed also about 6 years ago in 2018. I know, Marana, you dealt with the passing of your mom. But my mom had played for a church as an organist, and we found out that we knew the same family. And so I want to encourage everybody in the room, even if you don't write poetry, even if you don't write songs, even if you don't act, again, your words have power. She just talked about how she loves to pour into people and encourage people. Sometimes the only positive thing that people hear may come from you. One thing that I've learned in being a teacher, I've been teaching for 17 years in the classroom and just telling students that I love them. And I've had kids come up to me and say, Miss Dane, you're the only person that told me I love you today. Even when they're working my nerves, Miss Donna, Shadonna, even when they're getting on my nerves, I deal with 8th graders, middle school, but I'll tell them, hey, I love you. You better stop talking, but I love you. You need to stay on task, but I love you. And just saying those words, it can really uplift somebody. Even just giving a compliment, because they feel like you have noticed them, that you paid attention to them. Y'all looking at me like y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Come on, y'all. You know, words matter. A lot of times we talk about how mean and cruel we are to each other, Matt, but saying something positive to somebody and encouraging them and lifting them up, I'm telling you, you don't know who's contemplating giving up. And so when we encourage people, it helps them to have that extra push to keep going. The power of words. Now, speaking of the power of words, we have Miss Danya Craddock. She's going to come up and do a reading. She is one of the great visionaries of Doc Bookshop, and I love it because Doc comes from the last portion of you all's last name. Yeah. D-O-C-K, not D-O-C, who had a baby with Erykah Badu, but the D-O-C-K, the Doc. Okay, and this is Danya.
My feet is bothering me, so I might just put my phone up.
No, it's okay. Come on over, sis, so we can get in the front. Okay. And here we go. She's going to do a reading for her. This is a jewel of Fort Worth, of Tarrant County. And they don't know this. I got to share this real quick. Like 10 years ago, I literally walked in here. I didn't know. I had not met Donna and Danya. And I was not where I was confident to share my poetry aloud. I had done it in college, but I had gone through my season of dealing with depression and things in my life. And like I said, that poem about the voice box phoenix, I was scared. And I came in and I looked around And then I left back out. And it's so funny how time flies and God gets us to a place where we have the courage to share. And so this powerful woman, she's going to share a reading. Here we go. There you go. Y'all give it up for Danya Christ.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Patrice, you're doing such an amazing job.
I'm nervous though.
I've been walking, and I walk my feet off because I try to do those 5Ks and it just kind of messed me up a little bit. So, but I wanted to share Sunny Patterson. She was here recently. I know you guys was here. She was powerful, wasn't she? She's a bad girl. I don't know if you get a chance. If you don't know who she is, go ahead and Google her. And this space is a space that we accept every type of spiritual belief. So you know, speaking your truth is so important to us. It's so important. And you speak for us. I mean, when she was at Juneteenth and she sung and she spoke, oh my God, I said, I'm not the only one that's about to start shouting out here. But it was so amazing. It wasn't a lot of people out there, but she spoke into everybody that was out there. Yes. And I want to say one more thing, Yasmin. It's amazing that you know, God is such a mighty God. It's amazing that you're here because July is when we celebrate Africans and African other diaspora. So that's when we go into all parts of the world. That's when we lift up Doc around the world. Sometimes our events are very cryptic. We have Kwanzaa, we have Black History Month, we have Poetry Month, we have Mother's Day. And then July, we focus on Africans from around the world that's been around the world. And we bring them into this space. Some of us don't get a chance to travel, but we can travel through books. But I do want to, Sunny Patterson, I'm going to read from her voice. I say this to say that it's ancestor invocation. That's bringing the energy of the ancestor. And for people that don't understand that, if you read the Bible, you can't get to the New Testament without saying such and such, we got such and such, we got such and such. That's ancestral respect. That's ancestral worship. That's paying homage to people. And I said, oh, let me read this from Sunny. So I am not Sunny Patterson. Sunny Patterson, look her up. I cannot read. I cannot talk like Sunny Patterson. But here we go. Ancestors, breath, bridge, carry us over tumultuous time. You who can hear and answer with quick remedy, ready before we ask. You who can speak through tons of trees and fire and water. Earth cannot hold you. We pound the ground and you appear. Oh, ancient ones, you who can make lightning strike with the flick of a skirt. You who can make tornado turn with the spin and the spin of hips. Take us there to the place of knowing, the hall that leads to the doorway of you. Oh, holy ones, you of the first light, you who know the potential and possibility pulsing in the dark, deliver us unto our gifts. You who have sunlight in your fingertips, touch our drums. Make us hear the rising, make us move, a steady stomp, a choir of voices so majestic, heaven hides us in the tapestry of light. We are stars, blankets of wonder, sky bright eyes, seeing the invisible visible. You who have turned, you who have returned, you who have turned our faces to see ourselves, and we have found you again. In places we would have never imagined, you make our limits infinitely long, our vision clear with eyes closed, and even there, you still stand in full color, vibrant and eager to serve. That's ancestor invocation, which is what a lot of you people did by talking about your mother. So, thank you very much.
I got all my sisters with me. Y'all know that song? That was who's that? Sister who? Sister Sledge. I remember seeing that as a kid. Back in the day, I don't know my age. Well, I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm glad to be alive. Look, 44 years old. God is good. But I do remember Solid Gold. Raise your hand if y'all remember that. Some of y'all don't want to attest to it. Don't want to look down. I remember Marilyn McCool. Yes, Marilyn McCool. It was a Fifth Dimension. See, we love music. We were big on music. Even though my mom played in the church, we could listen to everything. She just didn't like gangster rap, so we had to sneak in a Lil' Kim and the Ice Cube NWA. NWA, I'm not saying NAACP, but NWA. But we loved all kinds of music. So I remember Solid Gold, I remember Soul Train, American Bandstand, Yo MTV Raps with D Barnes back in the day. Y'all remember, y'all come on, that's y'all, we taking y'all back around like, yeah. So we remember that. You know what's funny? My son was kind of laughing at me the other day. I had seen, we listened to a lot of old school music on YouTube. I gotta tell y'all this real quick. And we were listening to Prince. And I started crying a little bit because for me, I don't know about y'all, it's nostalgic. It takes me back. I have a brother who passed as well in 2007. And he loved Prince, he loved Michael Jackson. But my son discovered who James Brown was when you were like, what, 4 or 5? Listen, because we listen to all kinds of music because it's a very vital part. And it's also, it is creativity, it is writing, it is spoken word, it is poetry sent to music. And speaking of more poetry, we have an incredible poet and creative artist. He is also one of the open mic hosts here at the Doc Bookshop. I met him. He's a very humble dude, a humble cat. And then I realized I had met him not just recently, but like a year ago. And so he's very quiet, kind of laid back, but I can tell that he's a thinker. He's very analytical. And he has this one piece I really love when you do that, the kind of growling voice. I don't know if you're going to do that tonight. He will, once he finishes, he will be the last of our first round for the open mic, and then we'll take a break. I think, is it about a 5-minute break, 10 minutes? About a 5-minute break where you can interact with everybody, tell them how much you love them, and then we'll come back for the second round, and we'll have another artist that'll come up named Anyo, and he'll share in that second round as well. But this is none other than the incredible, humble man who is a creative, and this is probably the highest. Am I saying it right? Y'all give it up for Probably. Come on. Come on. Hey. 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 Hey.
Hey. Good.
She said, yes, I'm probably the highest. Hold on. There we go. Cool. All right. So, yes, I am a host up here. I host every third Tuesday. My last third Tuesday is going to be next week. I have J Rose coming out from California. She's an incredible artist and author from out of Cali. So she's going to be featuring. So I invite you guys all to come out. And, I think I guess I will go ahead and do Fire Giant.
Yes.
Since she kind of called me out on that.
I love
it. What's up?
Okay, we got kids.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We got Moses and the jury over here. Okay, amen. It's PG. It's PG-13.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
I know how to, yeah, I there's R-rated versions, but
Oh, this is
I'll
good.
do it for
He
you.
knows how to adapt to his
I'll
own.
do it for
Okay,
you.
I love it.
For you.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I am fire from toe to thumb. A blaze burns from my head down to my. And if I lift my leg, a fire blast. If I see something that I don't like, I burn it with my fire sight. My blaze burns long into the night. But after a cool drink of water, I'll sleep by. One day while out upon the village town, just before about to burn it down, a little old lady peeked outside her hut and said,
Hey, Giant, what is up?
I had to stoop down and hear what she said. What you say me? She said,
If you do not control your head, your fire don't die. It only spread.
she said,
If you do not control your head, it's just another giant dead. Oh, when she say this, I back up. My fire dance, she interrupt. I went back to my cave that night and looked at self for a different sight. My searing eyes blazed off my scorching skin. I find I am a man again. So if you see me out in the town, please help stop me from burning it down. Because if I cannot control myself, my fire burns somebody else. But if you see me and I'm about to lose control, my advice for your safety is to stop, drop, and roll. Thank you.
Woo, y'all give it up again for Now, who is that? For all the old school people in the room. Who is that? Who's the artist?
Nope, not Commodore.
Oh my goodness.
Ohio Plays.
Ohio Plays. Okay. From Ohio, I'm assuming. Now I just found out we found it. We did find Krista. We found Krista. She just said, Miss Patrice, it's me, it's me. Krista, come on up. I want you to come on up so you can share your poetry. You ready to share? Now you called me out and got my attention, and I didn't realize this was Krista Shaw. I had met her on the way in, and she told me Krista, but I didn't realize her last name was Shaw. And so you're gonna come up, you're gonna share poetry. Okay, and so we have one more, and she's gonna come up and share. Y'all give it up for Krista. You know we give it up for our kids, give it up for our young people. Here you go, Krista.
Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
Good.
Okay. I'm gonna read a poem called Down That Road. Okay. Wishing I had my dad around to heal all my trauma. Situation after situation, I still got my mama. They went through it all. Now I'm chasing the coma. This for the times my heart bled. The late nights when my eyes puffy and red. The times I had so much to say but never said. And for the times I wanted to be strong but still end up driven. Hands in my head, thinking of the worst. Thoughts going wild, feeling like I'm a verse. Dad not around, but I won't be the first to speak poetically, crying out, hurt. That's why I'm always going verse for verse. Neglect with no sweat, you got to be the best. I always wonder why you can't just be like the rest. Claiming you're a man, but can't clean up your own mess. Instead of stepping up, you left your baby girl depressed. Now I'm battling with my thoughts, brawl after brawl. I know I'm special, now I want it all. I'm gonna show you how hard I had to fall. I may not be able to walk right into it, but I'm willing to crawl. Funny how that's the only stage you stayed for. Talking to you used to make me love you more, but now it only makes my heart sore. You're broken and I see that, but where's the man I used to enjoy looking at? Now I'm damaged, I just want my dad back, so where's he at? Down there.
Wow. Woo! Y'all give it up for Krista. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that was powerful. I love that. That was, wow. That made me think about my own dad. Wow. Okay. Real quick, we're getting ready to take our break. I want to bless somebody else with a copy of the CD. And this is what I want to tell you. When we come back, we'll go through the same order. I think we're going to add another artist as well, Anya. And then we'll do some trivia. We may have a prize that we're able to. Anayo, I'm so sorry, Anayo. But we may have a prize that we're going to be able to bless you with if you're able to answer some trivia questions. So I wanted to bless, I gave one to Miss Donna, correct? Okay, yes. And I want to bless Miss Vanessa. Is it, am I saying her name right? Or no? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not Vanessa. It's Valerie. Miss Valerie, go give that to her, Xander. Thank you, young man. Come on, y'all give it up for Miss Valerie. And it's not slow songs on there, so it'll keep you awake when you're driving in your car, if you have a CD player. And if you're at home, you can jump around and bounce around and have a good time. All right, we're going to take about a 5 to 6 minute break. Y'all are free to get up, interact. You can buy some refreshments. They have some cute jewelry here, but please get up and interact and tell somebody that you're glad to see them. Okay, we'll be back in 5. Thank you.
This is something new, the Casper Slide Part 2. featuring the Platinum Band. And this time, we're gonna get funky. Funky. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're gonna do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Cha-cha, let's go. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha real smooth.
All right, y'all, we're going to start back up with our second round. All right, I hope y'all were able to connect, interact, and talk. That's what we're here to do. Come on, our words have power. I appreciate the people who have shared words of encouragement, been sharing their artistry. We're getting ready to come back up. I want to share a piece with you real quick, because this is, you know, when you host and you're blessed to have the opportunity to host, we're also blessed and able to share our poetry. And I think they told me this event usually runs up until 9:30, 10. So we're doing good on time. So this is two pieces. These are two pieces that I fused together, and I transitioned using the song from The Color Purple called Miss Celie's Blues. How many of y'all know Miss Celie's Blues? Sugar Avery. Okay. Sister, you've been on my mind, oh, sister, two of a kind, so sister, I'm keeping my eyes on you. A black woman toils from sun up to sundown with broken limbs, blistering sores, open wounds, and pierced hands. She is a sacrifice for her people. The carrier of life, she possesses the backbone of a giant, carrying the dreams of her children and her children's children to their promised land. She breathes and bleeds the air and blood of a resilient spirit. She is scorched by the heat of hell's hand that hovers above her, oppression, repression, but taunted by the heaven of rest that lingers beneath her peace. Her tears, her sweat, her blood, her flesh, her breath, none will remain, but her backbone, it will tell the story of a black woman's toil from sun up to sun down. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? Oh, I'm something. I hope you think that you're something too. They stood there and as I recite the words of William Shakespeare, Edgar Allan Poe, and Langston Hughes. They looked baffled as I dunked the ball, made a touchdown, and swam a backstroke in the pool. Their egos were broken with the feeling of intimidation flowing as I pounded down my gavel, put on my badge, leaped over hurdles, swam to the bottom of the deepest ocean, stepped on the moon, presented my case, told the actors, hey y'all, stand in your place. Flew over countries and overseas only to meet my war enemies. Made a home run in the fourth inning, or maybe it was the first. Danced the jitterbug, the waltz, and the cumbia, Shadana, which none I had to rehearse. Sang a sweet melody or bounced it from my lungs. So often hearing them say, man, I ain't never heard a woman sing the way she sung. Yeah, I can remove a tumor from a man's brain. So what if I helped start an historical march that led all the way from Selma, Alabama up to Washington, D.C.? Yeah, maybe I did rule the Nile as queen. I was a partner in one of America's most famous criminal schemes. Yeah, I made a deal with the devil. I even gave birth to Christ. Since the beginning of time, I've been known as a mother, a friend, a sister, an aunt, a grandmother, and a wife. I can be cruel. I can be sweet. I can be mean. I can be kind. I can make gingerbread men or even a sweet apple pie. But I hate to brag and I hate to boast, Mr. Matt, since these are only a few of my accomplishments. But if some of you are wondering just who I am, well, I thought you knew by now. I am woman. All right. And I'm proud to be a woman. I'm grateful to be a woman. Come on. I'm glad to be a woman. I'm glad for what God made me to be. I'm glad that my identity is in him. All right. Okay. So we're going to get this thing started back. We have, and say your name again for me. And it's not on purpose. I just got 10 other people's names in my head, plus students' names and everything else. Say your name again for me, brother. Anayo. Okay. And so what I want to do, is it okay if I allow, Xander, you were first. Can we go ahead and have Anayo? Is that good? Did you connect with our DJ? Yes. So we're going to bring up Anayo. Are you singing for us tonight, Anayo? A little something like that. Okay. He's a great singer, has a great voice, and he's very tall. And so I just love the depth of his voice. He's going to come and share his artistry, and then we'll move on with our order that we have for the first round. Y'all give it up for, am I saying it right? Anayo. Y'all give it up for Anayo.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Appreciate my brother. Thanks for 720 at Doc Shop and our wonderful host right here.
Thank you. God bless you.
And need some little woman too. We need y'all. We need y'all.
Yes.
This piece called "Can I Be Your Man?"
Can I be your man? Let's get right into it. Let me be your man. Gotta know, babe. Let me tell you something. You just gotta stay, babe. Why now you got the blindfold? Why now you seek your love? So, man, you can get your groove on. Yeah. Let me talk right in your headphone. Baby, please come home. Listen, please come home, baby. You ain't got a front, baby. No GPS, I'm at your door, baby. Why you in the streets? Why not be with me? My cup, it got some weed in it. I need you, baby. And I'm rolling up some baby. She said, boy, you don't understand me. I'm asking for some clarity. What you mean, baby? Like, what do you mean? Like, can you break it down, baby? I'm not used to this bullshit. But I'll tell you what it is. Yo, man, you done lost your mind, baby. I'ma cry at you with the my love, baby. I need my baby, with my baby. Call my baby, I need my baby, with my baby. Call my baby, I need my baby, I need my baby, with my baby. Call my baby, I need my baby, I need my baby, with my baby. Call my baby, I need my baby. I gotta chase that paper, so I can take care of my family. Let me speak this to existence. I'ma have 1,000,000. See now he can sense your feelings. And I know just what you miss. Yo man, you cannot deny, girl. I'm locked up in your head like sentence. No new nigga can handle you. You know how I handle you. You know how I love you. Baby, I still love you. Can you keep it real, babe? Why can't I love you? You man. Answer my other question, baby. I fuck her, hit you with the my love, baby. I need my baby. With my baby. Call my baby. I need my baby. With my baby. Call my baby. I need my baby. I need my baby. With my baby. Call my baby. I need my baby. I need my baby. With my baby. Call my baby. I need my baby.
Thank you. I just released that song yesterday. It's on all platforms. It's called "Can I Be Your Man?" by me. My Instagram is Anayo EST99. So yeah.
How do we see your video now?
Oh yeah, it's not. Oh yeah, it's my videographer sending me the video tomorrow, so I got a music video already set for tomorrow, so y'all can check that out too on my Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Y'all give another hand for Anaya. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I got a man already. I got my husband. Well, he can be somebody's man, y'all. That's awesome. Y'all give him another hand again. Give him another hand. Awesome, awesome. And make sure y'all connect with each artist, each creative in the room, so they can share with you again. Yeah, their platform. Yasmina shared about her business. Thank you, Moses, and thank you, Xander, for helping me. Y'all give it up for these young men. Come on, being some leaders. Thank you, Dad, for allowing him to help me. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving right along. We're gonna bring my son back up. He's gonna share actually a piece that I had written some years ago, but he said, Mama, I want to read it. And so this is him wanting to share this piece. I wanted him to dance, but he said he want to share. What is it, son? I'm moving out the way. Oh, you want to put it on here? Okay. Y'all give it up for Xander.
I'm gonna let it die out.
The name of the poem is And So They Say. They often tell me that I would never succeed in life, that I would never amount to anything. And so they say. They say that I will never see the other side of the mountain, that they say that I won't live to be all that I could be. And so they say. They tell me that my immeasurable dreams are unrealistic in my mediocre world. They say that my wishes are unwishable and that my hopes are hopeless. And so they say. But I say that in this life, I will succeed in that the value and worth that I will have in this life will be far too great to sum up within one word. And for those that say that I will never see the other side of the mountain, well, I will just remove the mountain from my pathway. And then at this time is when I will begin to live my life to be all that I can be, that I shall be. My immeasurable dreams will become a starting reality within this great cosmopolitan. You see, I refuse to let my future be diminished by the sound of this discouraging words. I know that with God by my side and determination on my mind, I will succeed. I realize now that it isn't a matter that they say, because that truly matters is what I say. Thank you.
Y'all give it up again for Xander. I know that look, he said, Mama, stomach. It's okay, baby. He wanted to interpret that. I had wanted him to dance. Xander does dance. And Matt said I was talking a lot, but I'm a talker and I'm proud of my words. We got to give a backstory. I'm not ashamed of it. Some people don't know how to articulate themselves. In my household, we didn't have a choice as a child. That you had to articulate yourself and talk. So Matt, we're going to have you come up in just a few seconds. But real quick, we got some awesome T-shirts that the ladies of the dock have allowed us. If you can't go up here real quick, Xander. Can you help him out? Who's this? Is it Tristan? Come hold up the purple one, Tristan. And then Xander's going to hold up the white one. So we're going to do a real quick, can we do some trivia? We'll do some trivia and we'll let you choose between which shirt. You stand over here and he'll stand on this side. Okay. So, real quick. So, I'm trying to get a trivia question in my head. Okay. Look. They can see it. They can see it. Okay, real quick. Which year, and I believe I'm correct now, y'all study. Which year was the Voting Rights Act put into place? Which year? Which year? What year? For all of the United States of America, the Voting Rights Act. Y'all sitting there like y'all don't have cell phones? And come on, who said it? 1965, and I know it is correct. The Voting Rights Act of 1965. And y'all got cell phones, okay? The vote, look it up on your phone. Which one is it?
Hold on,
Very-
you're the trivia master.
I'm not the trivia master, but I'm sorry. I read, and I'm sorry. Verify it for me. Thank you. He's correct. And I'm assuming you don't want the smaller shirt. So, yeah. Okay, y'all give it up for Brawley. He got it right. I wouldn't try to ask you a question on top of my head. I didn't know the answer. Okay. And then we'll come back and we'll do the next one. Okay, let's put that one down. We're going to do the next one. Okay, awesome. Because I didn't know if a kid was going to get it or if it was going to be an adult. Okay, so coming up again, we have Matt Sachs. He's going to come up. Are you going to share with us another story?
Yeah.
Okay, come on up. Y'all give it up for Matt.
First of all, I want to honor a friend of mine today. His name is Randy Groshup. I found out today that he had passed back on May 29. And Randy and I, we were friends for about 15 years. He was the manager of the Restore down South Grove. If you don't know Restore, it's a thrift store for building materials. Anyway, Randy and I knew each other for about 15 years, so I want to honor Randy Groshup. Okay. Let's see. I'm having a hard time thinking today, and I don't know why. Can you help me out with that? Now I'm starting to think again, because that got the brain cells running. Oh, that reminds me of something. You were asking me why I was acting so humble when you were telling people who I was.
Yes, sir.
And probably the highest reminded me it's not because the reason why I was acting so humble is because I'm not a human being, I'm a cockroach. And I did not recognize at the moment that I am a two-legged cockroach. Cockroaches are great creatures. They're very intelligent, they're very smart, they clean up after us. They're mom. So if you got cockroaches in the house, you keep them around because they take care of business. And they do. They do what needs to be done. So yes, cockroaches are great creatures. They're very smart and they know what they're doing, and they know better what they're doing than humans do because they've been around for millions of years and we ain't been around that long. There's a lot of things we can learn from cockroaches. Yes, there are. So whenever you meet a cockroach, listen to them. Have a good conversation with them. Yes, indeed, because they're going to tell you all sorts of good stuff. All right.
We're never sure when Matt is going to stop. I love it. Y'all give another round of applause for Matt Sachs. Great personality, great storyteller, very funny. I love it. And it's off the cuff. And what I love about it is that you don't know whether to laugh or not because you don't know if he's serious or if he's joking. I love it. You don't even know. I agree. Listen, I'm not sure. Okay, real quick, we're gonna go ahead and do that next trivia. Tristan is gonna come up. He's gonna hold this T-shirt up for us. Thank you. Xander, you've done a really great job of helping your mom. I'm gonna give him a chance. Okay. So, again, you have your cell phones. Let's see. Now I pulled up one. Okay, you can look it up. Hopefully you already know it off the top of your head. Who was the first Black American male to win an Oscar? Who
was the first Black American male to win an Oscar?
Sidney Poitier. Do you have somebody that will be able to rock that? Okay, come on up, Miss Sawyer. She was correct. Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier.
With my fly girls.
Okay. Thank you. Y'all give it up for Toya. And I think it says here in the year 1963, yes, he became the first Black American male to win that Oscar. Okay, I don't have my list. Who's coming up next? I don't have my clipboard. Y'all give it up in advance for the person that's coming up next. Who's coming up next? Come on, give it up for that person. Because it takes a lot of courage. Okay, all right, okay. Coming back to the stage, we have the amazing, gifted, talented, anointed woman of God who is a published author already. Y'all give it up for Marada again, also known as Poetic Healing.
Xander, I'm gonna leave that all up to you and Tristan. Y'all got all the energy. I wrote this poem. Wow. The name of this poem is called I Cried, But I Survived. I cried, but I survived. All the pain, hurt, and lies. I look to the hills where all my help come from. My God from up above. I cried, but I survived. The beatings, heartbreak, the domestic violence, the silent tears of suffering in silence. I cried, but I survived. All of the bitterness, hate, and betrayal, even raising my kids all by myself. I cried, but I survived. Looking at my mother deceased in the casket, my soul being ripped out of my body, asking, why must this be? Even though my heart is aching, I smile knowing that I have internal peace. I cried, but I survived. Being born deceased, now I have life more abundantly. Anybody can suffer, and everybody can survive. I cried, but I survived. Thank you. And you can follow me on the official Murata Bradford on Instagram and on Facebook as Murata Bradford. Thank you guys.
Now, Murata, you're a New Orleans native, right?
I'm from Cullin, Louisiana. It's down by Minden.
Okay.
Like short away of Shreveport, like 45 minutes from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
So probably about a 4.5 hour drive.
Difference between what from being here and going to Louisiana, the area where you're from. Okay, I don't know why I thought New Orleans, but we've been to New Orleans. We love the food, so that's always my positive connection about her. And so Murata, aka Poetic Healing, she also brought another great poet with her. Now Krista is a friend to her daughter Blessing. Wave your hand, Blessing. She's trying to hide back there in the back. Y'all give it up for Blessing. I love when kids support their parents. And when parents support their kids. But she brought with her friend Krista, and we found Krista Shaw, also known as Poetic Movement. So y'all give it up for her again. She's coming up to share.
The next poem I'm gonna read is The Recoil. The bittersweet feeling of regret, hoping that maybe one day I'll just forget. The built up trauma within me, depression in my heart and mind constantly deepening. Never ending rush of sorrow stuck in my chest, stressing myself crazy, never getting rest. The soft knockings of pain in my heart only leaves me depressed. Confusing infatuations for love, still raise my head to the man above. Many confuse my pain for anger, still to many I'm only a stranger. Every step worsening, striding with decisions that isn't worth sending. Who am I to need a friend, wanting to put it all to the end, needing the finishing touch, but it just only began. Protecting my soul, heart dark as cold, but that's what they don't know.
It's like you're looking through a telescope. You see where you're gonna be. Growing, counting again for Poetic Movement. I love Tristan, you're so supportive. Just going up hugging. Okay, can you give me something that got like a mellow little type vibe? I don't know, instrumental. See if I can try to freestyle something. And so I want to say, Mariah and I had done an event some weeks back with Mike Gwynn. Oh gosh, not with him, but being a part of it. Mike Gwynn is a great poet and open mic event host himself. But it was called the Oscars, the Spoken Word Oscars. And I do want to share, and because I'm glad about it, I did win for Best Monologue Interpretation, and I won that a few weeks ago, and I'm proud of that. And so, yes, thank you. You can follow me. I hadn't said that. You can follow me on Facebook. It's going to say Patrice Dade, D-A-D-E, -Ohakam, like Dade County, Florida. You can also follow me on the gram. My son taught me to say it's the gram. The gram, it'll say I am Patrice, Patrece. a lowercase d, like a tree planted by the rivers of water. So if you just give me something and let's see what I can. It's my reality. I'm walking in victory, trying to go back on things that try to defeat me. I'm standing tall and I'm knocking down walls like Joshua and the Jericho wall. I'm feeling fine and my mind is refined. When I'm stepping into the word, I get so sublime. Get encouraged. There's no temptation, but I'm waiting. I'm calling on those things that I'm contemplating in every situation. I won't turn them down. He can't turn me around. The enemy cannot block me. I'm walking in VICTORY because that's me, and I got everything on the inside of me. I'm not blinded by lies. I'm not blinded by fear, but I'm living eternally. I'm walking in the power. Pressing through the pain, I shall remain. I shall not stay the same because I'm ever evolving, ever changing. God is on the inside. He's rearranging eternally. I'm to be the best of me because I'm covered by the blood. Yes, I see. I am walking in everything He said and that He determined for me. I'm going on the top of my head. I'm saying words, but they're spiritually led. I got it in me. I believe in Him, and He believes in me. And I walk in victory. I got the VICTORY because I believe in the BIBLE. It's the word of God. It's on the inside of me. And like the woman of God told me, she said, every time you move your hands, I see life. And every time you move your hands, I feel fine. And every time you move your hands, I see life. And that's what's on the inside of me. And I believe. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to do something. Proud of my inner MC Lighter, somebody. I love poetry. I love the freedom of it. I love the freedom of it. I love the freedom where we can be able to express ourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. You know what? You know what I love about poetry? It's the play on words. Look, semantics is the play on words when we think off the top of our head. Okay. All right. I got that out. All right. Next, we have coming back to the mic. Oh, Shadonna, the daughter of Donna. Y'all give it up again for the queen, the vessel. Come on, future writer, Shadonna Bryant.
Okay, I have this other poem, but it is still untitled.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. I don't believe in throwing dead bones. No, okay, let me start over. I don't believe in throwing dead bones in dark, hollow closet. Me being me, I tend to hang my skeletons on display before the class that they may view my anatomy to study, criticize, and to critique what creates me, me. You see, I also don't believe in writing muffled secrets in locked diaries.
Yes.
Like rusted locks begin to crumble, unspoken, unsung lyrics become a caged bird's favorite song. I don't need you to press your lips against mine to mimic my words like a mockingbird. If you ingest my struggles, it may take root in your mind and become you or the wounded offspring of yours that will one day hang from these breasts as I nurture it back to health.
Yes.
With this trial-induced milk, I will whisper to them my life's wisdoms as a testimony, a medicine, a cure to their mental agony. Like nails on chalkboards, their minds will scream with the self-righteous woes of guilt-inflicted memories passed down from you to me. I don't need you to understand my theology. This mind is a consistent cycle of evolution, never to be the same, so don't judge me. Unlike some, if my prayers don't face east, I will not blaspheme. And if I take my mouth to lock these words in my head and envision my repentance and dance for my forgiveness, Jehovah Jireh will still hear me. Don't sing my song if you don't know its complete lyrics. Like the altered text of your precious of your precious words. Don't look for validation in your well-doings. When you know we were the same size shoes. So though I may be a few steps behind you, this race is only one of the few. And as you glance back to view my path, when you look up, I'll be gone miles ahead of you.
Y'all give it up again for Shadonna. I just told her, I said, see, you went up the first time, that was the first. Now you went up twice. You can say, I've done it twice. It takes a lot of courage, y'all, to stand up in front of people, right? I believe it does. Y'all know the biggest fear people have is public speaking. So that's a big deal. I think they said more people fear that than flying on a plane. So that's a really big deal. Okay, so y'all, we doing good on time. I think we got started about 7:45. It's almost 9:30 or maybe
9:27.
9:27. So, okay. So we are actually coming to a close. Real quick, I want to ask anybody, just from your experience, and this is a great audience. First of all, give yourself a hand because you did good and you stayed and you patronized, and I believe you bought some items and things. Is there anybody that just want to give their little observation about this setting, this environment? I love the Dog Bookshop because it has this at-home feeling. But any words anybody want to share real quick before I bring our last artist up? Anything y'all want to share? Come on, sis.
Y'all rocked it on the mic.
All right. She said we rocked it on the mic, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. Give a hand.